Yo bro, my name's Jas and I went from being skinny, anxious, walking around in my life with no one actually thinking anything of me, no one being proud, having no achievements to my name. I was invisible, bro, and that's no way for any man to live. Fast forward to age 23 and I've graduated as an award-winning Master of Engineering with 2 first-class dissertations, and I managed to secure my dream job straight out of uni as a consultant research engineer. I built my dream physique in the process and I got strong as fuck. And now not only is my family proud of me, but my own friends go and tell their mates the kind of guy that I am, and they say, I can't wait for you to meet Jas. The single thing that changed was that I got disciplined, bro. And my mission with this channel is to get other young men disciplined like I've done, so that you can fast track your way to your progress, achieve your goals and finally build that life that you've always wanted, man. So drop a subscribe, bro, because it helps me help you. I'm gonna first go over what is discipline. Discipline is the currency that we use to pay the price of our goals. Your self-discipline is your ability to do the right thing, do it on time, and do it no matter what you feel. And we've all experienced a form of self-discipline before, whether that be going to work or going to school, because we've all had that time, bro, where we've woken up, we can't be flipping asked to go school or go work, but we just do it because we make ourselves do it. You know that same neural pathway that you've used now to get up and do it no matter what? That's the same thing you need to get yourself disciplined. So we've all got it in us, bro. Now it's about directing that in the correct way. Not in some dead-end job, not on some stupid uni course that you don't like, or some school subject that you're never going to take forward. After this video, you're going to learn how to direct this self-disciplined energy, how to be so consistent that you will achieve your goals and build the dream life that you've always wanted, man. I'm going to lay out the entire blueprint for you in this video, bro. I don't care how long this video takes. I don't care what it takes, bro. I'm going to get you disciplined after this video. You're going to know exactly what it takes, and I'm going to give you the actionable steps that you can use to absolutely fast track that journey, bro. Now look, the mindset I'm about to tell you, if you internalize this and you remember it consciously as many times throughout your day as you can, for all the days that you live, this will get you automatically disciplined alone, bro. And that's called the twofold mindset. Knowing what the right thing is and having the energy to do it. This will automatically get you self-disciplined, bro. When it comes to your goals, you're going to need to know exactly what the right thing to do is and then having the energy to do it. I'm going to touch on all this in this video, man, because knowing what the right thing to do right now can seem a bit vague, but there's going to be a goal setting section in this video where we're going to define exactly what that right thing is. And there's also going to be and also throughout this video, I'm going to give you so many habits and fundamental mindset shifts that you can take away to make sure you've got the energy to do that right thing. Because think about it, bro. After you come back from school and you want to go and hit gym, or you want to go and work on your business, or you want to go spend time with your friends and family, but you just don't feel like you've got the energy to do any of those things, you know what the right thing to do is in certain situations. The only bottleneck is having the energy to do it. And I know that so many guys slip up at that one point, man. But it's the practice of self-discipline that will make you able to just compound, man. And look around you, bro. Self-discipline is the key to personal greatness and success and achievement. You will get everything you want in this life, but it all comes down to self-discipline. Every athlete, entrepreneur, businessman, person that you look up to in your life, they actually had to do the self-discipline habits behind the scenes. They had to do it when no one was watching, and they had to do it when they were in their dark times and when they didn't feel like doing anything and when they felt burnt out. But they did it anyway, man. And in these dark moments when no one's watching, these are the times where you slip up, man. And these are the times where you just feel like no one's watching you, so you don't need to show up for yourself, or you don't need to do the right thing. But that's not how it works, bro. You can't just do the right thing when you feel like it. You have to have systems in place. And these are ways of thinking that you can refer back to, yeah? When you're on your side and you're scrolling in bed and you get the thought of like, oh yeah, I should probably stop. Oh no, next reel. I want you to make that sort of angel on your shoulder be louder, because that angel is always countered with the devil, and you've listened to the devil way too many times now, bro. It's time for that angel to pipe up louder and absolutely overtake the devil in terms of getting you to do the right thing. So life is made up of micro and macro decisions. So micro means the decisions you make sort of day to day, hour by hour, even second by second. You've got a decision right now. You've got a decision to make right now. Sometimes you want to turn over in your bed. Sometimes you want to like adjust your body. Those are like micro decisions. But Those are like super micro decisions. But on the macro scale, the macro decisions are like, what degree do I do? Do I even do a degree? What business do I go all in on? What are my goals with physical fitness? Do I want to do a sport? What career do I want to go into? Who should I make my girlfriend? Do I want a girlfriend? Do I want to be some degenerate that never gets a girlfriend? Some people want to do that. Think about it, bro. Life is all just decisions, second by second. And sometimes the angel's loud enough to make you take the right decision. But most of the time, bro, the default is that the devil's louder. So look, my double-edged decision-making method is the thing that you need to make sure that the angel's always louder, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to implement it right now. It's called easy versus right choice. So in life, there's always an easy choice, and then there's the right choice. So if you're sitting there and you're actually genuinely confused about a decision, just try and find out what the easy one is, and then you can literally know what the right thing is by the law of deduction. Bro, in my third year of uni, I was applying to placements and grad jobs and stuff, and I was such a lazy bum of a student that I would sit there doing AI generated cover letters and CVs and everything. I'd be applying on websites that let you just mass apply to like different types of jobs like Indeed.com or GradCracker and all of that, and I'll just mass apply to these companies, bro. What do you think the outcome of that was? I did end up in an engineering job, which was relevant to my degree. Because I didn't look into the company, I didn't know about the right people to talk to, I didn't do the right thing, I took the easy way out. I ended up in a job that I flipping hated every single day of my existence there, bro. I got borderline depressed. Well, I actually would have felt really depressed if I hadn't had boxing at that time, where I was training regularly, and that was keeping me afloat. I had a decent social circle around me as well, which was nice. But I really did feel myself falling into that like 9 to 5 depression rat race trap. And I literally remember like getting in the car, going to work. I was wearing my glasses and my tie, and I looked in the sort of rear view mirror. I looked at myself in the eyes, and I just started shouting in the car, bro. I started shouting at myself. And I was saying all these things like, you're a fucking worthless cunt, you're worthless, you're a piece of shit. Like, look at you. I was basically saying like, look at yourself, look at where you've ended up. And I really realised in that point that it was all my fault. I should have actually made a better decision earlier on when I was applying to all those jobs and actually thought, where am I going to go? But look at what I've done now, bro. I went back to uni for my final year after a year of working at that shit job. I found a company that I love. I like what they do. I like the people there. I went to their conferences and I went to their talks and I was networking there and all that. Bro, I find networking such a cringe word as well. Like, I don't even know, man. Like, I was just chatting to people, innit? That's what like, networking is. I was just literally just chatting to people, and I was making connections there, and I was like, yo, I'm going to be a graduate soon. And then this guy, like the senior engineer, was telling me like, apply to the grad scheme, man. So what do you think I did? I took the advice. I knew exactly what to talk about because I knew what the company did. I like the company. I like what they do. The business model's really nice. The projects they do, the way of working, it all resonates with me. It's a 4-day work week. Bro, I put all my eggs in one basket during that sort of recruitment cycle, applied to that job, maybe about 2 or 3 others, and I smashed it out the park. I came first out of 2,000 applicants to that job, and it was because I made the right choice. Do you think that I was doing the AI generated flipping cover letters then, bro? I meticulously crafted my cover letter, my CV, everything, because it was the right choice. And that actually led me to now being in the position I'm in. I'm so grateful for that old version of me, like when I was younger, going through that, doing the conferences, going to the talks, trying to learn about these companies and finding the one that I really liked, because that's the right way to do it. I didn't take the easy way out, and I'm so proud. I'm so happy that I can say that now, man, that I didn't take the easy choice. I went the harder route. And this doesn't just work on like a macro scale, this works on a micro scale as well, man. Bro, like most work meetings that I go into, they got fucking biscuits everywhere for free, innit? And everyone's handing them out like, do you want this one? Do you want the digestive? Do you want the hobnob? Bro, like obviously I want that shit, man. But I also want my physique. And not only that, you got to think about the layers of choice now, yeah? If I eat that biscuit, okay, layer number 1, it tastes nice, good, whatever, bye, like give me another one. Layer number 2 is like, oh yeah, now it tastes good, but oh, I've just eaten a load of sugar. Now I don't feel so good 5-10 minutes from now when I get a sugar crash. Layer number 3, oh, it tastes good. Now there's a sugar crash. Layer number 3 is like, oh, this is like not a good diet. I'm not showing my brain that I'm the type of guy that can resist temptation. Layer number 4, this is not aligned with my goals. I want a good physique. I want to be the disciplined. I want to be that guy that's disciplined, that can say no to these temptations, because I want to excel in life and I want to build something outstanding. Now do you think I'm going to eat that biscuit? Now I know that that's the easy choice. I ain't going to eat it, bro. The right thing to do is to just politely refuse. Remember that the overwhelming majority of short-term gain leads to long-term pain. So look, bro, these decisions, they're not always like, oh, what should I do next? What should I do here? It should also be like, what shouldn't I do? What should I resist? What's the temptation here? And then purposely saying no, purposely resisting that temptation. Bro, there was a 50-year-long study from the Harvard Medical School or something back in the 30s, and they tracked people over decades, and one of the number one things that they found in the people who were super successful was that every time they had a choice, a big one, they would think not about right now, they would think about this choice in decades from now. They'd think, what would life look like if I took this choice 20 years from now, 30 years from now? The mindset that your life is all based on decisions, and self-discipline is the ability to make the right decisions, means that your position right now, where you're at right now, is basically an amalgamation of all the decisions, all the seeds that you've sown in the past. They've led you here right now where you are, in this very position, with your physique, with your girlfriend, if you even got one, bruv. With the respect from your family, if they respect you, with your current trajectory. And let's be real, man, it probably is nothing outstanding. You're on track to get mid results in your grades. You're not on track to be the most jacked guy in the world. You're not on track to be like an superstar athlete or anything. It's either mid or just above, or just slightly above mid. It's dead average, bro, because that is, by definition, the automatic category for anyone who isn't trying to get out of the average. So if you've not tried your hardest to not be average from now, then obviously you're just gonna be stuck there, man. And bro, you've made it this far into the video now, yeah? I want you to make a decision right now that something needs to change. Something needs to be a step change in your life now that you're going to take after watching this video, and you're going to absolutely crush it if you do this, bro. The first thing I'm going to tell you to do, and I mean it, man, this is the one thing, if I could attribute all the change in my life so far, the one thing that has really changed my life and just like put me in a way better position than I was before, the one thing that literally got me my dream physique, got me that job out of uni, it's that I've started waking up early, 5 a.m, 4 a.m. I purposely make sure I wake up before the sun rises and I do something hard. Bro, waking up early is the one thing that will literally provide you that step change. And my rule with this has always been, wake up 2 hours before your first non-autonomy task. Non-autonomy task is something that you have not imposed onto yourself. For example, your manager tells you to come in at 8 a.m, yeah? Your teacher tells you school starts at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Your manager tells you to come in 7:30, 8:30. Well, you gotta wake up 2 hours before that, bro. Because those 2 hours are now yours. And human autonomy is what we all crave. You want to tell yourself to do something and actually get it done. This is step number one. This is where you're gonna get it done, bro. But it all starts with waking up early and taking that chance, taking that choice. Making the decision for your future self, man. Bro, if you haven't already, just get your phone and set an alarm for 5 a.m. Trust me, man. This is the one thing, if I could tell anyone, just like, it would literally just be, wake up at 5. You want a dream physique? Wake up at 5. You want to get a girlfriend? Wake up at 5. You want respect from your family? Wake up at 5. You want better health? Wake up at 5. You want to get disciplined? Wake up at 5. This is the one thing that I will tell you, bro. Bro, your body and your mind is a truly amazing mechanism, man. You're capable of so much more than you think. Like, me telling you to wake up early, you've got all these limiting beliefs in your head, like, oh nah, like I'm not gonna get enough sleep tonight, like what am I even gonna do when I wake up tomorrow? All these, bro, I've told you to wake up and you've actually like got the angel on your shoulder, showing you the good side of it. Like, oh, I wonder what my house is like that early when no one's awake. Oh, like this one time when I woke up to go to the toilet and I couldn't really sleep and I went downstairs anyway. Like, it actually felt kind of nice being awake at that time anyway. Because you've done it before, man. Like, you've been awake at 5 o'clock in your house. It's dead silent. It feels good. Everything feels a little bit more enhanced. Even the water tastes better. You sitting on the sofa feels better. Sitting at your desk, everything feels a little bit better at 5. Why not engineer that into your day every single day with your morning routine, waking up early? Come on, man. It is so simple to achieve success in your life and just absolutely dominate that sector in the middle, which is average. All you need to do is climb out of that and you will see results that you didn't even think you're capable of, man. And bro, sometimes, yeah, it does take brute force. The body really is that amazing. It can take the brute force. Mate, this year alone, right, I've probably run no more than 2 kilometers in one sitting, in one go, right? I've never run more than 2 kilometers this year. The max I've ever run in my whole life is a 5k when I was training boxing regularly. And that was like 2 years ago. Mate, literally a couple weeks ago, I ran a half marathon. I ran from one side of my city, Coventry in the UK, to the other side of Coventry and back, untrained. No fucking training. Bro, what the fuck? I woke up at like 3:45 a.m. before work, put my shoes on, and I thought, I don't know how far this is going to go, but I just started running. I just started running in one direction. And bro, the reason I did this is because I saw a snippet of David Goggins' routine. And he woke up at 4 a.m. and ran half a marathon. And I was thinking, like, he defo trained for that. Yeah, it's unsafe to do that all the time without training. But I thought, like, I'm 23 years old. It is reasonably unreasonable for me to run this half marathon this morning. I ate a slice of bread and I just started running. And bro, 5 kilometers in, I was actually feeling really good. I was like, okay, about half an hour in, 5 kilometers. I'm like halfway across town. This is feeling really good. And then I got to the sort of turning point that I thought, okay, I'm going to turn back here. Bro, when I turned back and I realised I need to run back home, back across my entire city, untrained, in the dark, my right foot was fucking killing. My feet still hurt from that marathon to this day. And I did it about 2 weeks ago. I was in the middle of that run and I was contemplating walking, and I told myself before that run that you will finish this running no matter fucking what. And guess what I did, bro? I actually didn't stop. I literally kept running. I showed myself what I'm capable of. And bro, I've been disciplined up to this point. Like, I've already been doing the morning routines, the good habits, working on my business, working on my mind, working on my physique, absolutely excelling in my career. I've already done it. I've already made some really good progress and I still needed more, man. The body is absolutely fucking incredible, mate. Like, your mind, your body, you have no idea what it's capable of, and I want you to show yourself that you can wake up tomorrow at 5 a.m. and execute some type of hard task. You can get disciplined and you can lock the fuck in. I'm releasing this in like December 2025. 2026, you could absolutely crush that year, man. If you just take on board what I'm saying. Get disciplined. Get that self-discipline ingrained into your bloodstream, bro. You're going to wake up with fire tomorrow if you take this on board and you actually understand what I'm saying here, man. Bro, what makes you capable is that you have the choice. You can make the decision to be absolutely excellent every day. But it has to be the decision. You have to consciously choose to be that guy for yourself and show up and give yourself that energy that you need to fully like put your all into it, man. Your wholehearted effort, and giving yourself the permission to not quit like I did with that half marathon. I gave myself permission to just carry on running. Don't care if I'm going to get a little bit injured from it, man. I'll fucking live. But it is a testament to myself of what I'm capable of doing. And now, bro, even today in the gym, I was training super hard, but unconsciously, my body has seen what it's capable of. Bro, you think that when I'm doing my incline chest, yeah, bench press, that I'm going to give up when I've got like 5 reps in reserve or 5 reps before I fail? Fuck no. Because that's how most people train, and I've shown myself that I'm not like most people, so my body knows to go past failure. Because I used to live on my default settings and it used to be, I just had average results. I had a skinny fat physique, I didn't like what I saw in the mirror, I used to bite and rip my hands, and I used to get fucking scared of handshaking people, bro, because I used to have such anxious thoughts about so many different things in my life, man. Every single thing turned into like me just overthinking. Every interaction with another person, every time that I'd spend too long playing video games, I used to just rip up my hands, and it wasn't good, man. Remember that old job I mentioned? How do you think I acted in that job? Do you think that I was on the trajectory to do really well there? Do you think that I chose excellence every day and I chose to be self-disciplined? I didn't have the discipline to do that shit. I was a lazy fuck. I was playing fucking PlayStation sometimes at that. Bro, sometimes I would take sometimes I'd tell my manager, I'm fucking sick, let me work from home. The guy would be like, yeah, I'll be playing PlayStation. Because I was such a lazy cunt. I had no trajectory in that job, bro. And now look, I don't work from home here. You're meant to actually work 2 days a week in the office. I take every day in the office. Not because I'm some neat, but because I want to be visible, bro. I want to be indispensable to this company. I fucking like it there. And I like what I do. And I want to excel. I want to be the best that I can be doing what I do. So I will take the steps necessary, bro. I turn up every day in a full fucking suit. There's no one that does that shit. I want you to realise that you can be that one of one guy. Bro, people are talking about me at work saying like he's not the other guys that have come on as a graduate. This guy, they've been saying like this guy acts like the fucking CEO of the place. And I'm like, yeah. People are telling me like that like super high up people are talking about me, man. Do you know what the C-suite are? Like the CEO, all of that, right? He's got his team. It's called the C-suite. I've had meetings with a couple of those members already, mate. And I've been in the job for about 10 weeks. I've had one-on-ones with them. I've been told that I'm not like a regular 23-year-old. I've got the mind of someone with a lot more experience. But I've not done anything special, bro. Just literally 2 years ago, I was playing PlayStation while I was working. But it all comes down to your decisions and your discipline. I'm telling you, bro, this is the most powerful video that you could watch on YouTube ever if you take the advice that I give you in here, man. Bro, I've got fucking opportunities opening up. 10 weeks within my career that could very soon 1.5 times or even 2 times my salary. Doubling your fucking salary at work takes usually people like a decade to even see an opportunity like that. I'm seeing that shit within the first 2 months of working here. Because people know I'm different, bro. Bro, I wake up at 4 o'clock, work on this business, work on my body. I cold showered every single morning for the past year. Even when I didn't want to. When someone's got that level of autonomy, when someone's got the ability to tell themselves to do something and just execute it mechanically like a fucking disciplined robot, you think other people can compete? You've got to make the right decisions, and that wraps up the first part of this video, man. Bro, next you need to update your character and your identity. And I know like when I said that you probably sort of wanted to click off and you got a bit bored, but hear me out, man. Your character is like who you are in this video game of life, right? You've heard that, oh yeah, life's like a video game, bro, but the character is literally the physical body you walk around in, the thoughts you get. Your identity is what forges the thoughts that get put into your head, because you know like your thoughts are sort of automatic, they just come into your mind by themselves. Your character determines the type of thoughts you get. This can be manufactured in a way where you can actually have positive thoughts all the time, thoughts towards your goals, thoughts that are like, oh yeah, I'm disciplined, I can do that anyway. And then the hard thing becomes easy for most of the time. And even when the actions are hard, you have built the amount of character that it takes to be able to overcome that hardship. Bro, my character like used to be innately flawed, man. My mum used to ask me to even help around the house, and I'd be way too lazy to even do that, man. Like my own mum, the woman that raised me, the woman that bro, when I was 9 years old, my dad left us out on the street, man. Me, my mum and my little sister. And my sister was 3 years old. That woman that has gone, she's literally gone from the bottom, bro. She came to England not knowing a word of English, and she raised us from the bottom. She still says to this day, like, I'm sorry I couldn't give you everything that you ever wanted. We used to be kids, we used to ask for toys, you know, she couldn't afford it. We grew up eating like lentils and rice. That's all she could afford. That same woman that would ask me like, oh, could you put the washing on, or could you tidy your room? I'm just a lazy little fucking cunt, bruv. And I didn't do it because my character was innately flawed. And it goes deeper than just like doing the chores around the house, bro. If I can't even do that for her, my mum, the woman who literally raised me, like You as well, bro. Your parents raised you. They gave you everything. They sacrificed themselves, their hopes, their dreams, their lives to make sure that you can get what you want. And you're too flawed as a person to be able to even help them out in the smallest of ways. Because you're too fucking lazy. Because your character's down here. You think that you're some superior guy. You're fucking nothing, mate. And instead, I have the energy to stay on the fucking video game with my mates all night long. While she's there grinding her arse off, trying to get us, me and my sister, to a better place in life. I remember when I was a little kid, bro, like hearing someone crying in the room next door, and that's my mum's room next door. I still think about that now. That is what haunts me to this day, that I haven't been able to pay her back. And I was not the best son at that age, man. I was lazy, I didn't help out, I didn't do the bare minimum what I should have been doing. And I didn't see any of the hardship that she went through because I was too selfish. I always was focused on like my problems. That's an innate character flaw, bro. And I want to get you from the point of where you're too focused on yourself to the point where you have actually sorted yourself and now you can go and help others. The people that you care about, the people around you. Not just family, not just friends, but imagine the type of husband you'll be, man. Men like this don't exist nowadays, bro. The guy that's chivalrous, the guy that helps his wife, he's well respected in the community for being that guy that anyone can go to. He's got a good heart, his soul is clean. This is how you want to be, bro. And discipline will get you there, man. And bro, the times where I was a shit son, the times where I was a shit brother, the type of guy that was not a good example either way. I wasn't meant to be the man of the house, bro. And I'm there, gaming, not training, not working on a purpose, just fleeting, like what do they say, like the bundle of leaves in the wind or something. Like, I don't know these fucking sayings, man, but you know what I mean, innit? But look, at that time when I had the shit physique, when I had the shit, bro, when my anxiety was through the roof, when I would look in the mirror and think, why am I not like a 6 foot fucking D1 athlete, all of that, like all of these random thoughts that I'd be getting, bro, like I would actually get these thoughts of like, why am I not like 6'2" and jacked? I'm 5'8", by the way, like you can't change your height past a certain age. But I would be thinking that as an 18-year-old, like, why am I not this? Like, what, God, why have you done this to me? But look at my actions. My actions led me to the point where my brain was not on my side. My actions led me to the place in life where I'm there looking in the mirror and I hate what I see. I'm genuinely discontent with the body that I've been blessed with. And I keep making it worse with my daily actions. These thoughts though, bro, they're not a curse, man. If you're thinking like, oh, I'll never amount to nothing, oh, I don't like my physique, I don't like this, I don't like my height, I don't like my face, I don't like my hair, anything. This is your brain getting bored and your brain not having enough to do and your brain just not having a purpose, bro. A man needs a purpose, and look, discipline is what lets you carry the purpose out and live the masculine, fucking sick life, bro. You can break out of the negative thought loops. It's not a curse. You just need to take action with your body first. You need to command your body to get up and you need to give it direct orders like, we're going to do this at this time and we're going to do it well. We're going to do it even better tomorrow, and then the next day we're going to do it even better. One more rep, one more minute of running, anything. One more round on the bags when you're boxing. Improve. Keep proving to yourself that you're better than yourself and you're better than other men. Bro, this chain of negativity absolutely got fucking crushed. I'm so blessed that I got this random thought, but I asked myself what I call my golden question, bro. My golden question to myself was, would I be doing these actions when I'm married with kids? Would I be a video gaming little cunt? Would I have a shit fucking physique? Would I not help out around the house? Would I not have a sick career? Would I not have a fucking purpose? No. I'd be that fucking guy, bro. When I'm married with kids, I'd be the best that I can be. So why am I not doing it now? Because bro, think about it. Children are taught by our values. Your kids, I know you're young right now, but one day you want kids, right? Whatever age you are now, whatever you do every single day now, that's what is going to absolutely shape the trajectory of what you're going to be in 10 years time when you have kids. And I know you want to be that guy, bro. Who the fuck doesn't want to be that guy? You want to raise a son who is an absolute beast. You want to raise a daughter who ain't like some, you know what I mean, bro. Some passed around little girl, bro. Someone's going to pass your daughter around if you don't take this video seriously, man. I'm not saying that to be funny. It's true. Your son's going to be a fucking loser if you don't take what I say seriously right now. And you're going to know it's your fault. That's the thing. Like, this video's opened your eyes and you're not going to take the actions, and that's why your son's going to be a fucking loser, bro. And then you've destined your bloodline to an actual curse until someone else breaks the loop and someone else breaks through and they become successful. They get disciplined. They get everything they wanted. Bro, your children that you have later are like wet clay that's just waiting to be molded. Every single little thing you do and say molds them in a certain way, and then once it hardens, it's done. They stay that way. But you as their father or their role model, bro, you need to be that disciplined guy. They need to see you waking up early and taking action on your goals. Bro, your character determines your actions, and your children, your wife, they see your actions. They see those like micro times where you don't want to do the hard thing and you still do it anyway. They see the times where you're faced with a hard decision. You know you shouldn't do that decision and you do it anyway, and you falter in your discipline. And bro, this is just a testament that our character needs to be the best that we can be as young men. We need to be those guys that always ask ourselves, like, would I do this if I'm married with kids? Because that you innately just know there's certain habits you won't be doing. You are not going to stay up till 1 a.m. watching TV, playing video games, being that fucking loser, bro. Eating yourself to death with this sugar shit. Training like a little bitch. Look, I've thought about this very long and very hard, and I've thought that the best character trait that you can have is to be honest. Because then people will look at you and be like, look, at least he's told the truth. And not only that, honesty will help you with your self-discipline journey, bro, because the whole point of discipline is to say something, tell yourself you're going to do something, and then do it. Bro, you can't falter someone who's honest. If someone says they're going to do something and they do it, then you automatically increase your respect for that guy. If you say you're going to do something and then you actually do it, you don't even have to tell anyone. You just say you're going to wake up tomorrow at 5 a.m. and then you actually do it. Bro, tomorrow you're going to wake up feeling great. And that's because you were honest to yourself. There are so many times where you do yourself wrong and you tell yourself you're going to do something and you only like 50% commit to it, and you think like, yeah, like if I feel like it tomorrow, I will do it. Or if I feel like it later on, I will do it. But that's not honesty, bro. You lied to yourself. And how many of those lies have you told yourself, man, where you kind of thought you were going to do something and then you just don't do it? Bro, discipline is practice for the best character trait. Honesty. You tell yourself you're going to do something on time and on quality. You do it well and you do it on time and you do it whether you feel like it or not. Bro, you're basically shaping yourself to be the best man that you can, to fulfill your potential. You want to start a business? Well, you've got to be disciplined to start it, bro. You've got to tell yourself to do a certain thing at a certain time and make sure you do it well. You want to get a physique, you got to tell yourself you've got to be at a certain place at a certain time and do it really well. You say you want to get a girlfriend, you've got to be at a certain place, be at a certain time and do it well. You want a high level career, you've got to do a certain thing at a certain time and do it well. Bro, like, do you not understand the fucking pattern here? You need to be honest. You need to upgrade your character. And it all starts with telling yourself one little promise and then absolutely fucking executing on it, bro. So if you've watched this video in order, you should know by now that you have an alarm set for 5 a.m. tomorrow. But you still fucking don't, do you? You still haven't got that alarm set. Even though, like, I'm here begging you, I've taken out so much time out of this video trying to convince you to set that alarm. Like, you got to think, like, this guy's going fucking crazy telling me to set an alarm for 5 a.m. Like, what's it really going to do? Maybe you should grow another brain cell and think, oh wait, this guy's been doing this for like over a year straight. Maybe he does, maybe he's saying this all to me for a reason. Maybe he's thinking about the best for me. That's why he's wasting so much of his video talking about this. And bro, what is the most repulsive character trait? It's the person that makes excuses. No one likes an excuse maker. Not in the workplace, not in the house, not at school, nowhere, bro. No one likes someone that makes excuses. Like, they say they're going to do something and then they just come up with some mad excuse as to why they haven't started that thing or done that action step or done something with their life, bro. You got that friend who's always saying like, yeah bro, I'm going to do hit gym, yeah, I'm going to get bare jacked and that. And then a week later, you're like, bro, have you signed up to the gym? And you're like, and he's like, oh no, bro, I couldn't do it because of like work and that, so I have to sign up next week, innit? Next week comes along, same fucking story. Next month comes along, same story. But he wants it really bad. He'll convince you that he is gonna do it. You almost like attach the idea of like the gym in this example to that guy because you think, oh, yeah, he's gonna do it, right? The excuse maker is fucking repulsive. And begin to think that. When you start thinking like, oh man, making excuses is disgusting. And people who say one thing and then don't do that thing or do a different thing, they disgust me. And this is going to be a hard pill to swallow because that's your friends, bro. Your friends say one thing and they do another. And you don't care. So what different does that make you? You think you're so fucking special, yeah? You're surrounded by people that make excuses. They say one thing, they don't act it, and then you don't care. Like in your own head, you don't actively recognize that that's a bad thing. So from now on, when you hear someone say they're gonna do something, fucking internalize that they're gonna do it, check in on them and be like, yo, like how's that thing going? Be genuine as well, because they could actually do it. But as soon as they make that fucking excuse, you just think, in your head you think, oh, he's a little bitch. I'm not saying this to you so that you become a really mean person and people don't like you. You don't have to tell the person that. But in your head, you've got to think it so that your brain doesn't start making excuses itself. You tie the idea of being an excuse maker to being a little fucking bitch. That is how you internalize the character traits of honesty and that character trait of just being a self-disciplined fucking killer. Because you won't be an excuse making little bitch. Because you're gonna think like, oh wait, I think that he's a little like cuck for being an excuse maker, so I'm not gonna make those excuses. And then when in your brain you want to make an excuse, it doesn't come out as an excuse, it comes out as honesty. I haven't uploaded a video in over a week. This is way past my schedule. I'm just too new to this business model, bro. I've been learning and trying to internalize all these discipline lessons so that I can put them on camera in this longer form video. Like I'm planning to make this a really nice long video and really give you everything I've ever known. But I've never scripted this long. I've never gone online and learned this much, read this many books on discipline. But that meant that my schedule had to go out the window for this week, man. And I have to internalize that and think like, shit, I fucked it up. Like I told myself that I'm gonna upload, this many videos per week, and I kind of had to sacrifice that so I can make this longer one. But I ain't gonna go out and make excuses and say like, no, bro, like I didn't do it because of this, or like, oh, like blah, blah, blah. Like I'm not gonna make an excuse. I'm gonna be completely honest and just say I had to prioritize. I had to basically put my schedule on hold so that I could focus on making this type of video. That's not an excuse, that's honesty. I'm admitting to you that I'm inexperienced in this business. I didn't know what it took to make this video. It's a really long one. It's really well thought out. I'm very happy that I did it. But that meant I had to go off schedule. And I've had to admit that to myself. Like, bro, do you not think I knew that I didn't upload this last week? Like, bro, in my own head, I was thinking like, oh, fuck, I didn't upload this last week. But I didn't make excuses to myself. I was like, I'm taking the L because I know that I'm inexperienced. But watch when the experience comes. And then you flip it. You flip the negative into a positive. And that's where the opposite of an excuse comes in. The opposite of an excuse is just taking full ownership and full responsibility, even if it's a bad thing that's happened and it's not, even if it's not your fault. Even if something's not your fault, you can take full responsibility. Do you know why? Because you have your own consciousness. You can't fucking control another person, bro. Even when something is someone else's fault, even when someone else shouts at you, even when someone else causes trouble with you, yeah? You still have to internalize that and think like, I'm responsible, this is my fault. And then you've got to think, what can I do to fix it? Because you can control yourself. Everything you can do in your own control is an addition to your self-discipline. I had trained 400 boxing sessions. I was going twice a day for like 6 to 9 months straight. In 2023 and into the beginning of 2024. I was 1 week out from my fight and I was ready to fucking dominate, bro. I went into a training session a week before that fight and the floor was wet. I went to a new gym and that's so stupid, right? I went to a new gym, but the floor was completely wet and the coach of that time was like to me, yo, you need to throw like you need to put your hips into it more when you throw that right hand. And I was like to the coach, like, oh, coach, the floor's wet, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to use my footwork as much. I'll just go from the hip, like, I'll just go more from the shoulders and shit. And he was like, no, that's not how you fucking box. You don't know, like you look like you kind of know your shit. And then he started going into me and he started saying, like, look at everyone else, man. They're using their, like, they're pivoting, they're using their hips, everything, even though the floor's wet. Stop making fucking excuses and shit. And then I use my fucking hips, and guess what happens? I hear a massive, and I slip. That massive fucking pop was my hip tearing. I look down, I pull up my shorts and I take a look, and I can't even move my leg. It's gone red, and I'm like, I fucked it up. I couldn't even fucking walk, bro, a week out of my fight. And I'm thinking in my head, this fucking coach, this cunt, he's fucked me over now. Do you not think I was pissed off, bro? But there I was, pissed off out of my head. I've got that fucking coach in front of me telling me, like, oh, just walk it off. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh man, like, bro, I was pissed. But I internalized it. And I thought, you know what? I couldn't control him saying all those things to me, but I still could have controlled my actions. My fault. My responsibility. The average person blames others for every single thing that goes wrong in their life. You have to take responsibility. That's what we do, bro. Me and you, we don't like go out and blame other people. We take it on board for ourselves and we think like, shit, like, what can I do now? That's what being a man is about. That's what self-discipline is. You have to have the self-discipline to take that responsibility on board. After I tore my groin, I couldn't even train, bro. I could barely even walk. And I was just getting really depressed thinking like, now I've got this. This was back when I had that shit job, yeah? I had that shit job and I was like, I couldn't even box anymore. But what I did instead is that I occupied my mind with something else. I gave myself a sort of like new miniature purpose, which was learning to cut my own hair. So like you can probably see, freshly faded up for most of these videos because I do it myself now, man. So I learned how to cut my own hair because I had to put my like self-discipline somewhere, bro. I couldn't just lay around and rot all day. I had to teach myself something. I'm always trying to learn something new. And that's the beauty of taking responsibility, bro, because I took that responsibility and look what came out of it. No blaming, no bullshit. I didn't interact with that gym again. I didn't interact with that coach again. And I still came out of it a better man because I got to learn how to cut my own hair. And I learned how to deal with adversity. Think about destiny anyway, bro. Like, if I hadn't gone to that gym and tore my groin, I probably would have fucking tore that shit in the fight. Like, if it was meant to happen, that's just how it happens. You just got to take responsibility, man. And look, I can sit here and tell you like that was just simply not my fault, which partly it wasn't my fault, but I'm focused on the part where it was. And it's from that standpoint that you're able to internalize and take the correct action afterwards instead of being a blamer. And that's how you overcome like an actual adversity, bro. Self-discipline will get you through the hardest times in your life if you use it like this. You literally think, I take responsibility. There's no guys out there like that today, bro. No one's going to be like you if you're like this. These are all character traits that you can literally train yourself to enact. And soon enough, it becomes your identity, bro. Do you know how powerful that is? That you can like reprogram your mind to think differently. You remember my golden question? Would I do this if I was married with a kid? Sometimes you'll find yourself just knowing the answer to that question and then not being able to take action. You would know the habits, the people, the things in your life that you need to get rid of in order for that question to be fulfilled, yeah? And for you to do everything in your power to become that man that is the married guy with a kid and you're living your best life because you have that sick career, you live in a sick house, you've got the car you've always wanted, like, you know the kind of guy that gets that and you know the habits that are holding you back from being that guy. But then you can't like make yourself take the action. Sometimes you're like deferring the responsibility to your future self. You're thinking like, I can do that in 5 years instead. Or like, I bet it will work out anyway. Or like, maybe I don't even want that like goal to happen anyway. I don't really want like a nice car or a nice house. I know you think this shit, man. Because that's not the lazy part of your brain. You have to fucking differentiate. You have to be like, no. I have relentless focus on this thing. This goal that I have in my head, I am relentlessly focused. Bro, back when I was a video gaming little loser, yeah, I knew that that was holding me back. There was a time where I knew it's holding me back, but I still took a while before I quit, and I took a while before I started training like properly. I started bodybuilding training this year, bro. I got disciplined properly this year, but I've been on the path for like 5. I knew about all this stuff 5 years ago, but I've only put all of it into action this year. I was like semi-disciplined 2 years ago, 3 years ago, semi. I still did the bad habits, but I also did some good habits. But I made a fucking mistake, bro. I didn't take a step change. You need a fucking step change, not this gradual bullshit. You need a fucking step. You need to go straight, teleport into that identity. Bro, this is what I've been fucking drilling into you for all of this video, is wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. That is your event. That is your fucking turning point. This is the thing that is like, you have to have an event, bro. You have to have a day where it all just fucking changes. The day that you fucking lock in and you do what you need to do. You put that alarm on now because you know that you're capable of it. There's a version of you out there that takes that action, and he's the one that gets everything that you've ever wanted. There's another guy out there that's watching this video and he's taking the action and you haven't. So there's one guy that's thinking, I'm going to blindly trust Jas and I'm going to take this action. But you aren't that guy, and you need to now turn your fucking brain into the version of the guy that just does it. Bro, you need to have that event. You can even look tonight, like change where your bed is. You can like just change your room layout, because that will subconsciously shift your mind and you'll be like, okay, now I've fundamentally changed. Set that alarm and you wake up and you're in a new room and you're like, oh, okay, like something's changed. The guy that really takes action and has an event today, a literal event, bro, you go from this level and you just step change. You can reset your phone wallpaper, you change your bedroom layout, you wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, you go and hit a hard workout, a type of training that you've never done before. Maybe it's like a sprints workout, or you do calisthenics, or something you've never done before, because this is what will change your mind flipping like fundamentally, bro. And when you shift your mind at that level and you realize your capabilities, you have like teleported into the shoes of the guy who's the version of you that's 35, has got multiple kids, he's got the wife, he's got the job. He is that guy. Like, he has made it. That is what the type of action he would take, because that's the amount of self-discipline he has, and you can turn it on like, bro, literally about the flick of a flipping switch. I'm so excited for the guy that takes actual action from this step, bro. Your character is everything. Your character is what you portray to the world, is what you portray to yourself, and this step change, man, this is how you like teleport into that guy that you've always wanted to be. Section number 3, the law of cause and effect. Bro, there is an exact sequence of actions that when you take those actions with self-discipline injected into every single move that you make, you will achieve your dream life automatically. Think about it, bro. The version of you that's like got the jack physique, for example, 6-pack, washboard abs, completely flipping jacked, huge arms, huge shoulders, everything you've ever wanted, and still athletic. That guy, he took an exact sequence of steps, and it looks something like 4 to 5 times training per week for the next 5 years. Those are the sequence of actions that he probably took. Which means that for the next week, if you train 4 to 5 times, you're on that trajectory. That's the law of cause and effect. And over a long enough time frame, you'll get everything you've ever wanted. Executed with self-discipline, bro. Like, bro, people go through their lives not realizing that this is your life. This is all you've got. This ain't... The days that you're living, they're not like a rehearsal for something. This is it. And bro, if something doesn't change in your life, then your life won't change. It's such a like weird thing to say, because everyone's like, yeah, I know this is my life, but bro, why the fuck are you not doing anything with it then? Like, this is your life. Do you not understand? You know the people that work in like Walmart, Tesco, whatever, like this is their life. And then they end up staying there for 40 years because they just keep on deferring their dreams to like next week, next month, next year. Or they're just completely oblivious and they just don't even know like that they've got it in them to like make a change, but they don't even know that. Like, bro, life doesn't just happen to you. You've got to take life by the fucking neck. Use the law of cause and effect and fucking exploit both. Because if you don't do that, you're just going to be a feather in the wind, man. And look, the law of cause and effect all comes down to your choices and your decisions. Again, it all links back up, bro. If I tell you that happiness is the absence of negative emotions, or fulfillment is the absence of negative emotions, gratitude is the absence of negative emotions, then we have a framework from which we can build this up from. It quite literally all comes down to how many times you choose the type of gratification, instant gratification versus delayed gratification. I'll fucking fly through this because I think you know what I'm about to say, but instant gratification is like doing a habit which feels fucking sick right now, like eating some really bad food, and then after you do that thing, the part of your brain that like wanted to do that just leaves you, and in the moment it felt like such a good idea, and then after you do it you're like, like where are you gone, like the good feeling, like come back, but it won't come back because you've done it now, you've done the bad habit, and now you're left with the consequences. Delayed gratification, it should be something that's pretty fucking hard in the moment, but afterwards it feels really good. And the thing is, notice I didn't say that delayed that feels negative in the moment, but instant feels negative afterwards. They're not complete opposites, because delayed actually does feel good right now, it's just really hard. Like to do the habit, to start the habit, to continue the habit is really hard. But the rewards of it are exponential. And the thing is with the delayed gratification is that when you get the idea to do it in your mind, or you tell yourself to do it in your mind, and then you don't do that thing, then it's negative. That's the only way doing a delayed gratification action is a negative thing, is when you have the idea to do it, but you don't take action on it. That's when it's negative. Because it's a form of instant, I guess. Like when you think that you want to do the delayed, and then like the instant gratification part of your mind just says like, nah, it's better like right now for us if we don't do it, and then you just listen to that. So I guess it's a form of instant. And bro, for the law of cause and effect to be a truly powerful thing for yourself, you need to understand the RAA framework. Recognize, affirm, action. This is something that I literally use every fucking day. I'll tell you about it. So you can use this to replace the emotion that you're feeling. How powerful is that? When you start to feel negative and you start to feel like, I want to do that bad thing, or like that person made me feel like shit, I want to be able to tell you exactly how you can displace that negativity and replace it with something better. So you need to be extremely mindful for this. Like next time you start feeling like shit, like you know how sometimes you just don't feel good in your own body, and you kind of like just want to leave a situation or leave a place, or just want to stop doing the thing that you're doing, and you genuinely feel like bad vibes from it. When you feel negative, that's a negative emotion, right? So when you feel that negative emotion, I just want you to think like, oh, I'm feeling it. Like the first step is recognize. RAA, recognize, affirm, action. When you recognize that you're feeling bad, you can just sit there and be like, I recognize I'm feeling bad. Like just say that in your head, and when you consciously say that, your brain starts to feel a tiny bit better. But then I want you to say an affirmation. An affirmation is just words that you say in your own mind, or you can say them out loud if no one's around. It's not going to be some creepy shit, but just say something that fully gives you responsibility. Because remember, responsibility is the opposite of excuses. Literally just say the words like, I'm responsible for the outcome, or I'm responsible for this part of my life, or I'm responsible for myself. Just say that in your own head after you recognize that negativity. And you know, like when someone's making you feel like shit, or they've said something that you don't like, if you then recognize it and you're able to, like, you literally in your own head recognize, you say, okay, I recognize that this person's kind of making me feel like shit right now, and then you affirm and you say, I'm responsible for the outcome of this. The last A is action, and when you take action from that standpoint, you're going to make the right decision, bro. I am like completely like adamant that anyone using the RAA framework will make the right decision. You're in a conversation you don't like, you recognize it, you affirm, you say, I'm responsible, and you take action, and you're able to then cut it off clean. You're able to say like, bro, I'll be honest, I don't like being part of this conversation, can we pick it up another time? The worst thing they're going to do is like chat shit, and then why would you even care about people that chat shit about you anyway? That's just an example, right? RAA framework can be used for anything, even the instant and delayed gratification, bro. Like, I use this every single day, like more than I think. It's become like an unconscious part of me now. But even when I'm in bed, I wake up, my phone's on the other side of the room because I've turned the alarm off. I like reach over, I get out of my bed and I have to like turn it off. And then I'm like sat there, like I'm thinking in my own head, like I'm literally sometimes reasoning with my mind to just go back to sleep because it's like early and I really can't be asked to like go downstairs, take a cold shower, and then I'm like, I recognise that I don't want to do that. I recognise that I don't want to wake up right now. I also recognise that I'm looking at my phone, the notes page literally has a checklist which says wake up, and then it says like within 10 minutes have a cold shower. And I'm like, fuck. And then I affirm and I say like, I take responsibility, I'm going to be that guy and I'm that disciplined guy, I'm just going to do it. I've done this a lot of times, bro. And then I take the appropriate action. I've never gone back to sleep when I have planned to wake up, have a cold shower, and absolutely dominate that day with my work. I'm so proud to say that, bro, because it's because of mindset frameworks like this that you're able to then use them throughout your day. And I know sometimes you think like, but I don't remember these things. Like, it sounds like such a good idea in the moment, but I just don't remember it. How can I remember it in the moment? And it comes down to practice. I'm sorry to say, bro, but you're not going to remember it every time. And like, that's exactly how I was. When I'll be thinking like, I don't even recognize when I'm scrolling, man. But you can practice it. It's like, you know, when you're scrolling and you sort of get that thought, just pause for a second and just like recognize it and really be aggressive and be like, I recognize I'm scrolling. And then maybe sometimes you will continue anyway. But the time where you do the full RAA, where you recognize, you say something, an affirmation that you believe in, you say that I'm responsible, that I can put my phone away. I'm a responsible young adult male. What would I do this if my wife and kids were right there? Like, no. So why am I doing it right now? And then you take the appropriate action, you're able to shut the phone off. You got a piece of cake in front of you, you recognise you got the piece of cake in front of you, you know it's your responsibility to decide whether or not you eat that thing or not, and then you take the appropriate action depending on your goals. This might now be the most important section of this video. It's the gold section. I want you to realise that most people do not have a goal written down on paper with clear steps to get there, and that is fucked up. Most people have like fleeting and inconsistent just hopes and wishes, man. Nothing concrete, nothing that fully serves their purpose. Like, bro, I've literally got someone in my life that I know from one of my old schools that I went to. He looks at another person, he's like, oh, that person's doing like really well with crypto, and then he just goes into crypto. And then he sort of quits that after a week when he sees that someone's done really well doing kickboxing, and then he just goes into kickboxing. He's done this so many times. And if he's like taken, bro, if he takes one step here and then he quits, then he takes another step here and then he quits, then he takes another step here and then he quits. How does that compare to the guy that just takes like just goes all in on this one thing and then he masters that and he goes in on this one thing? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, you have got to have goals in order to keep a concrete mindset. You can't be these fleeting people, and you will always be that fleeting person when you don't have a goal and you don't have a system for your goals, for your goal achievement. So in this section, I'm going to give you that system, bro, and this might be the most powerful section in this whole video, so stick around, man. Because having a goal and just writing it down, that in itself puts you in the top 3% of adults, and the other 97% of the population work for that 3%. So this is fucking powerful, bro. There was a study of people doing New Year's resolutions, and it was found that simply writing the goal down makes you more likely to succeed in that goal 11-fold. So the people that said their goal at the beginning of the study, 4% of them achieved it. The people that said it and wrote the goal down, 44% of those people achieved it. That's 11,000, that's 1,100% more. 1,100. That's fucking mental, bro. That's nuts. You can increase your chances of success in a goal by 1,100% just by writing it down. That's got to be one of the highest leveraged like 2 minutes you've ever taken, right? Like just getting pen and paper out, just writing that shit down. So look, before this next little bit, bro, before I drop the entire framework to goal setting that I've come up with, yeah, I want you to get a pen and paper out, or I want you to get your phone notes out or something to write this down at the same time as I'm saying it. Because I want you to just honor this, yeah, like, You've clicked on this video, you've sacrificed your time for this. Let's make it worth it, man. So come on, get a pen and paper and get your phone notes. I'm not asking you to do something like crazy out here. I'm just asking you to value your time, honor your respect for yourself as a man, and do exactly what I just said, because this is going to be proof to yourself that you're going places, man. Bro, this framework has the potential to change your life. Setting a goal and achieving a goal has the potential to change your life. Do you know that? And all I'm asking of you is to not be a little bitch and just get a pen and paper, pause the video, stand up, get the pen and paper, come back to your comfy little bedroom and sit back down and just like write the goals down. Or even better, if you're watching this on something else, yeah, just get something else to write it on, bro. It'll take you like 2 minutes. I'm just asking you for like, what will it be, 10-15 minutes of your life to write some shit down that I tell you to write down, and it could potentially change your life. If you've made it this far, you please promise me that you've at least like gone and done that. I wish I could come over there and just like make you do it, but hopefully me talking to you like that actually made you do it, because this is worth your time, bro. Trust me. I'm doing this, I'm saying this for you. And there's a little part of you that actually wants to go get that pen and paper and write this shit down, what I'm about to say. So go and do it, bro. Just pause the video. I'll be here when you're back. Step number 1. You need to know exactly what you want. Not like, oh yeah, I want a toned midsection and I want lean arms. It needs to be fucking specific. I want to be 77 kg, 175 pounds, 9% body fat, and that's it. Like, I want, I don't know, 16-inch arms, 16-inch neck. Like, these are the types of goals you need to set where you know exactly what you want. You're able to just envision it. You just know. You've read that line in your, you've read that imaginary line that you got right now in your head of what you want your goal to be, and you just know like the photo of what you look like or what the world around you looks like when you got that thing. Bro, I'm going to take you through what my goal was, yeah? The company that I work at right now, I set this goal. This is how I did it. This is how I actually got that job out of uni, my dream career, the one that bro, it pays a lot of fucking money and it's purposeful to me. So that's all I've ever wanted. I'll tell you how I did it using this framework. So I knew the exact job listing when it starts, and I knew exactly what job it was, what I'd be doing, the name of the company, the name of the job, who the potential manager is going to be, all of that stuff. I knew it. And you can find all of that stuff online. It doesn't even have to be that fucking accurate, bro. Even with physique, the 77 kilo example that I gave earlier, you might get to the point where you're like 77 kg and you haven't even got the 9% body fat yet. You need to cut down a little bit more and you're going to be like 74 kilograms. But you've still got the physique that you envisioned. So it doesn't have to be completely accurate with that first one, but it has to be specific. There's a difference between being specific and being accurate. You don't exactly know what you're going to get out of it yet, but as long as you're specific enough, you'll get fucking like 90% there, and maybe it'll be even better than you expected. The second step is to write that shit down. Write it down. I don't need to explain anymore, bro. You get a pen and a paper and you write that down and you keep it visible. You make it your phone wallpaper. You have it on your notes page that you wake up to and you look at every day. You can like pin it in the WhatsApp conversation that you go on the most. Anything you need to do to make it visible, bro. Write it down and stick it up on the wall. Just anything. Have it in a notebook that you frequently open. And now you need to set a deadline for that goal and some miniature deadlines in between. So I knew that my job's going to start mid-September, and I knew this back in like January, February time of this year. So that deadline's fixed. If it comes to you and your physique, you need to know like, okay, it's probably realistically going to take me 5 years, a couple of bulk and cut cycles to get there. Or if, bro, let's say someone wants to go to the fucking Olympics and that's in 4 years, you know the date, you know the end goal. Sometimes the end date is a little bit more fleeting and you don't really know where it's going to be. Set it realistically, just like set it realistically and then add another like 6 months to it for buffer. And you've got to keep in mind the nature of the goal. So think about it. Sometimes if you want to go from like 0 to 1, it could actually be really quick to get from 0 to 1 in a goal, but to go from like 1 to 100, it could take fucking ages because of the effect of like time. You need to put a lot of time in to become a master, but you don't need to put too much time in just to start. Like me with the job, bro, the mini deadlines in between where they're like, okay, I need to go to this conference, I need to go to that talk, and I need to chat to this person, and these are the mini goals, and I mentally would be checking them off as I did them, and then I come back to the like where I had it all written down and I check it off that I did that thing. Step number 4, make a list of habits, skills, and people that you're going to need to achieve this goal. So with my goal at the job, I needed certain people. So I didn't know exactly who they were, but I did know that, okay, the guy at that conference I'm going to, I need to chat to the guy that's talking, like the guy that's presenting. And when I found out who he was, I was able to go up to the guy and like chat, right? Habits. I needed to make sure that I'm waking up early, I'm taking my cold showers, I'm hitting the gym really fucking hard, I'm eating as clean as I can, and I'm doing all the right things, because that, when it comes down then to like doing the assessment center, doing the job application and all of that, like my mind's clear enough to actually excel and beat the rest of the competition. Do you understand what I mean? What skills do I need? I need to know the engineering skills that I needed for that job, so I'm going to be doing them at uni in the time I was doing that stuff. I was looking more into manufacturing. I was actually curating my fourth year project in light of knowing what that job's going to be. So I was more on the manufacturing build side, doing the design stuff, not really looking at anything that was irrelevant to what I knew that job would be. So when you make that list of habits, skills and people, make it as long as you can make it, and think like, how am I going to implement some of this stuff in my everyday life? And when you have that super long list, it will maybe even get too long. So step number 5 is delete all the irrelevant entries. Keep only the super top priorities that I needed to reach those mini deadlines and that main big deadline. So for me, I'm not going to spend all my time just going to like all these talks and everything from other companies or from my uni itself. I just wanted to go to the ones of that company, the one that I wanted, because I made the goal that specific. Step number 6 of the goals framework, bro. Start taking action right now. Take step number 1 now. If you need a book, you go buy that book. If you need to buy a course, you go buy that course. If you need a membership, you buy the membership. If you need to go to like, if you need to go to a sports club, you go to the sports club. You take action now. You understand the point, bro. Take action right now. Think about what the hell is step 0 to this, and you take step 0. Step number 7 is that you make the promise to yourself that you are going to complete the daily habits every single day of your fucking living existence before you reach that goal. That includes self-improvement, self-mastery habits like breath work, meditation, cold exposure, visualization. These are all like the oil that go into the machine to make sure that it's running properly. And then you also do your high leverage tasks. If your goal is studying and you want to get like good A levels or good uni results, what's the needle moving task there, bro? It's doing the paper or doing your assignment or your project. It's not like highlighting the book. So you don't do that task. And you promise yourself that you'll only do these certain habits, the ones that will actually move the needle, until that goal is achieved. And bro, step number 8, the final step, is that you make it visible. Phone wallpaper, stuck on the wall, anything you need to do, that where you've written it down, make it fucking visible daily. You need to be reading that goal every single day. That's how you're going to achieve it. And that's why the goal needs to be so fucking sick that you actually want to get it, bro. Bro, it needs to be like, I need to work at this company because they pay this much and they do this work, and I think I'd really align well there. Or it needs to be like, I want to start this business because there's this much upside to it and I know that I can eventually make a good living off of this. Because in 2 years time, when you've made fuck all progress towards that goal, bro, and you need motivation, you can look back at the like where you've written it down and you can think, oh, that's why I'm doing all this. And then you'll do the actions anyway. And bro, I ain't afraid to fucking say it. My goal right now, my current one with this business, is to make at least 5 figures in 2 years time. So December 2027, I know that I'm gonna fucking do it, bro, because I take the correct actions. And like, some of you might have got pissed off or a little bit like egotistical, like, nah, he ain't gonna fucking do it. He's just like one of these other guys. Like, bro, I'm not. These other guys can take the actions for a few weeks. I will do this for years. I hated the way that I was living, and I used discipline as the bridge to get me to the other side. And this is now the message that I want to send over to you, bro. Doing it online is the best way to do it, because I can tell the most amount of people possible that this is what they need to hear. And part of step 8 and making this a priority is to do the thing early. Do that hard task early. Make sure that every single day you're moving that needle, bro. That's why you need it visible, and that's why you need to do that thing early. Whatever the task is, man. Remember, just wake up 2 hours before that non-autonomous task. If you need to be at school because the teacher fucking said so, you wake up 2 hours before that and you start working on yourself. You use those sacred 2 hours before the ones that are yours. Those are your 2 hours. Use that to work on you, your body, your mind, your business, your character, anything, bro. And if you don't know what to do, like you don't know the exact task to do, I'll tell you, just read or just work out. It can't be that hard. You can work out, and you can work out today, and then you could do reading tomorrow on your rest day, and then you could just alternate like that. But those 2 hours are fucking sacred, and anyone that takes that actual action to set the alarm for 5 a.m. tomorrow, wake up and do those actions, bro, I've said it enough times, but like, it is so powerful, man, and I really want you to take this action, bro. Part of goal setting is that I want to give you my personal 3 rules on how to invest in yourself, because you hear it all the time, like, oh yeah, invest in yourself, like you are the best investment that you can make an investment in, but no one tells you what that really means. So I'm going to tell you the 3 rules to fully invest in yourself for your personal success. Rule number 1 is that you need to read every single day for an hour. Reading will take your brain to the next level, bro, because you're just like absorbing the knowledge of someone who's done it already. Really, that's all it is. So the current books that I'm reading, if you want some inspiration or something, the first one is called How to Talk to Anyone, and it's like a social skills book. She gives you like really specific advice, and I've been just using that at work, and bro, it flipping works. I've had feedback from people saying like, yo, your social skills are really good. Like, there's exact words. People saying like, you're really good at talking to people. Your communication is really good. And I'm thinking like, bro, I'm just using the like tactics from this book. The other book I'm reading is called Influence by Rob Cialdini. And in that one, he basically gives you these sort of techniques to influence someone's behavior. So this is something that I really want to learn, to be able to tell you to take the actions. But bro, influence is also a trait that I want to be able to take into my work, because I want to move into this sort of role where I'm doing more of the business development or the technical sales side. And part of that is persuasion, influence, being able to portray an idea with conviction. And these 2 things just feed each other so well, being able to persuade and influence someone. That's very much aligned with my goals, bro. And another book I'm reading is called No Excuses by Brian Tracy. Fucking banging book on discipline. It's just like a nice reminder to me of the type of man that I want to become. And that's why like reading's so powerful, because bro, I could just be scrolling for 2 hours at bedtime like I used to, and instead of improving myself, I'm just slowly on a slow decline as I scroll my fucking mind away. Rule number 2 to investing in yourself is to invest in a course or a seminar or an in-person online like program in a goal of what you want to do. So let's say something random, like you want to be a video editor, right? Let's say you want to be a video editor. You should invest in a video editing course and learn how to do it. If you want to be a better engineer, you can go outside of your way to pay for another course, or maybe you can get it from uni for free. Like, you can invest your time. Like, it doesn't have to be just your money. You can invest your time into becoming a better engineer inside uni by doing like an extra course or an extra module or something. And my third and final rule for this, bro, for investing in yourself, is to, instead of listening to music all the time in the car, listen to something educational, something like this video maybe. You can listen to a podcast, you can listen to audiobook. I tend to listen to podcasts and really long YouTube videos that are conducive to my goals. So sometimes I'll listen to something about training, or I'll listen to something about discipline, or I'll listen to something about sales, influence, persuasion, psychology, all of that stuff. And doing that instead of listening to like rap songs by guys who have been touched up by P. Diddy before hitting up the mic, like letting their energy influence me, I'd rather let the energy of someone who's actually thought through their video and want to give me some good advice. I want them to influence me, not these rappers, bro, that like have just sold their souls to the media industry. And yeah, they make some catchy tunes sometimes, like the bass goes high and it just like hits hard before gym. So if you really think that the music helps you before gym, I would say like go for it. But aside from that, like when you're commuting to work, bro, why do you want to be like listening to all that stuff? You probably want to be listening to something a bit more educational, something that edifies you. And bro, the last point that I want to make on the goals section, like this is really fucking important, man, is that when I started focusing on my goals, my anxiety as a young man completely slipped away. And I couldn't exactly tell you when this happened, but when you start just like seeing even a little bit of progress in your goals, and you start doing what you say that you're going to do, like those tasks from earlier, the high leverage ones, the ones that are going to make you actually achieve your goal, like not the highlighting the sheets, but doing the past paper and then seeing the marks go up. You haven't even got the result yet, but you still see yourself like capable of doing it. That's when your brain will start to be nicer to you, and that's when your mind is on your side. And that is one of the most beautiful things in life, bro. The human race has always looked for inner peace. It has always looked to conquer the mind, and this is how you do it. You have to be goal striving, you have to know your purpose, and you have to go all in to go and get it, man. Okay, bro, I'm so happy you've actually taken action on the goals section now, because we're moving into the next one, and this is a very important section as well. It's the section of persistence. Now look, persistence is the ability to just keep improving and keep doing the right thing even when you've got limiting beliefs and you get setbacks. And it's a fucking pivotal point of self-discipline, bro, because this is where most people fold, and this is where I folded in the past, and I'm going to tell you about that now. Because the number one thing that will cause you to quit is a limiting belief, and the moment you quit is the moment you fail. You can't fail if you don't quit. So that's why, bro, I want to drill back home that persistence is really fucking important, man. And it takes a lot of discipline to be persistent. But you level up this skill, you can pretty much achieve anything, bro. In terms of training, bro, I've flip-flopped so much in the past between different types of training to the point where I'd make some like decent progress in that thing and then I'd quit. So when I was about 14, I used to do hockey, and I got to the point where I was playing regionally, and even I played in like a national game before as well. The problem with it was that I wasn't persistent. I didn't want more, and I just like, I couldn't see myself doing it for like the foreseeable future, and I quit. The next thing was athletics. I wanted to really get like faster, good at sprinting and stuff, and I really did make some good progress. I got to like, I think like an 11.2 second 100 meter, and I used to run it in about 13 when I started, bro. Like, I made some, if you know anything about athletics, some really like decent progress. But at that point I started seeing like injuries, and I started seeing that the training was getting really hard, and it was like sort of the middle of uni, and I started giving myself excuses. And then guess what, bro, I just stopped going. I quit. After athletics, I started boxing, and boxing has been part of my life since I was really young. It was really on and off, and there's been a lot of times where like with my parents' situation, like there was no money to be able to afford my club, and there wasn't really any means for me to continue training when I was that younger age, when I was getting really good, like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, right? But then I sort of restarted at 16, I took it back up at 18, like I did all these little stints in boxing. But when I quit athletics, I really went all into boxing. This is when I was about 20 years old. I was working that like shit job, and I was training twice a day, and this is when I was training, you know, bro, amongst pros. I was literally training with professional fighters, international level amateur fighters as well. I was in the right fucking scene, bro. And I got to the point where like my fight's coming up, it's going to be so good, and like I said, bro, I tore my groin. That was the setback, and that's when I fucking stopped, bro. It's so recent, it was like 2 years ago. I still could have just gone training anyway. Like I could have just gone to the boxing club and sat down there. But again, this wasn't something that I promised myself I'd do in 10 years. So when it comes to persistence, I'll be honest, bro, I've always struggled with it. So this is like a piece of advice I'm going to give you that's really helped me stay consistent on this one thing, which is bodybuilding. Really late last year, sort of late December, I started deciding, okay, soon as January 2025 comes about, I'm just going to start bodybuilding. And that's exactly what I started doing, bro. It's been nearly a year. I've never been this consistent for this long with this much of a future timeline like ahead of me. Like this is something you can watch me do, bro. Like you probably think, oh, it's barely even been a year of you training bodybuilding, what if you quit again? But I'm not going to, because my whole fundamental mind has just shifted. Like I can see myself doing the bodybuilding training, the muscle building training in 10 years. I can see myself as that fucking jacked dad, bro. Like, would I do this if I had a wife and kids? Yeah. Would I be boxing actively, getting my head fucking knocked every single evening? Probably fucking not, bro. And that allows me to be persistent in this goal of bodybuilding. Like, do you think I've not wanted to quit and like start another sport? Of course I have, because that's how my brain is wired. Like, maybe yours isn't, and maybe you're really persistent already, but you're watching this far for a reason, bro. You've got to introspect and think, maybe there are times that I've quit. Maybe there are times where I could have gone harder. But your brain will like trick you in such a way where it makes you think you don't want that thing, and then you quit, and then you start something new, and then you want that new thing, and you forget about the old thing. Like, that's the horrible part of your brain. Like, you just need to absolutely evaporate And this comes with the persistence training. This comes with knowing that this is what you're going to be doing in 10 years and just like promising yourself that and just telling yourself that. Bro, I literally broke these flip-flopping like thoughts by doing consistent visualization and consistently knowing that in 10-20 years time I'm still going to be doing this exact same thing. I'm still just going to be training bodybuilding, and it's always been something that I've wanted to do. Like, I've always thought like, yes, I want the jacked physique, but first I'm going to do the sport. And it's always been that sort of energy of like, but first I'm going to, and it's always been that sort of energy of like, oh yeah, first I'm going to do this and then I'll get the jacked physique. But bro, just go for the physique now. If that's what you want, just go for it now. Whatever thing that's coming to your head that you're thinking that, yeah, in 10 years I can imagine myself doing that, just do that thing now. And if you really want to do a sport on the side and like try something new, then just do it exactly like that, like on the side. And if you find that you like that sport so much that you want to become a pro and you want to do it for the next 10 years, then dedicate yourself to that, and then you can start imagining yourself doing that thing for the next 10 years only. But that means that even if you get set back, even if something comes in your way, you make that promise to yourself now that you're like, nope, even if I like, for example, tear my groin, I'm still going to be bodybuilding. Even if I like rip my shoulder out the socket, as soon as it heals, I'm back to bodybuilding. That is how you got to think, and that is the only way that you can be persistent, bro. I'll tell you the exact way that I do visualizations for this, because this is going to be very fucking life changing for you if you take this on board, because not many guys are going to be able to do this, bro. I'll be real, like, the generation that we're in, we're just not built like that. You're probably not going to be able to take this action on board. I'll tell you it anyway. It's really fucking life changing, but you're going to have so many limiting beliefs when it comes to this. But what I do is that I do visualizations inside of the cold shower. I do visualizing. I'm under that cold shower and I'm imagining what the kind of life I want. I'm imagining where I want to be in my workplace, in my career. I'm imagining myself with that 10 years from now, super jacked, 77 kilos, 9% body fat. I'm imagining myself with that 5-figure business. And I do it in the cold shower because there's something so fucking primal about being in that cold shower every morning at 4 or 5 a.m. where like my body's just woken up. I've just been hit by this cold shock and now I'm visualizing my life. Because remember, bro, on my phone, my goal is written down. Like, it's in my head from the moment I go to sleep to the moment I wake up. And bro, being in that cold shower and having that visualization, it, from an even biological standpoint, it just spikes all the correct hormones like norepinephrine and like adrenaline and things like that. That just coupled with the visualization makes you even hungrier, bro. It makes you want that goal more. It makes you want to go out and do the thing even better, which is just a testament to self-discipline. It makes you want to just absolutely crush it, bro. And that is what I want for you, man. I want you to be able to think like, oh man, like, I'm capable of this. I'm actually going to end up fucking doing it. And then you go and do it. You are capable of taking that action. You tell yourself like, yeah, after this cold shower, I'm fucking capable of going to the gym right now. It's 5:30 a.m. I'm capable of doing it. And now, bro, I'll be honest, I've got to the point where I've built the physique that I have that's made me extremely self-confident. That's made me to the point where, like, my arms are filling out the t-shirt, my chest is, like, really tight up against my shirt. And this never used to happen before, man. I'm working in a role, in a job where, bro, I never even thought something like this existed. The first job in engineering that I worked in, I fucking hated it. I was like, fuck, I picked the wrong degree. But then I really went and set a proper goal. I was persistent in the goal and I actually achieved it. And now I'm setting even more. I told you, bro, I want to get into that technical sales side, and I have been taking the steps to do it. It's basically already set up. I'm literally being transitioned in a few months potentially. That's what I've been told. Like, it doesn't happen this fast, bro, but for me it's happening this fast because I've set the goal like that high and I'm gonna achieve it. I've been persistent, I've been taking the right steps, I've been visualizing every day in that cold shower. Like, it might sound cringe to you right now, but this is what I do and this is what's working for me, and I can only come on here and tell you what's worked for me. I'm not going to go and recycle some other bullshit that you see online. Like, this is the first time you're hearing this, and that's because I actually live this life, bro, and I want you to get on this path with me. You're going to find your own way, and I fucking know it, but I want to bring you here even quicker. If you're already watching this kind of video, I know you're destined for success, man. You just need to take the action that I'm telling you and just put it into your life straight away. You can literally teleport into the version of yourself that gets all that he wants, that has that level of discipline. You can have it now, just by taking the action. So do the cold shower visualizations. Have that persistent mindset where you're like, okay, in 10 years, I'm going to be doing the same thing. And that is how you achieve that thing, bro. That's how you get the real benefits. That's how you know you're going to beat everyone in the long run. Even if you start at a lower level, as long as you just continue over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, like, you're going to be ahead of everyone in that discipline, man. And that is what I want for you, bro. I want to close this video off on a nice note. So the final section on this is going to be happiness. Here's what most people think about happiness, and what I used to think about what happiness is as well. Fuck, I'm a bit out of breath, man. I've been recording this for like hours, so I've been like doing press-ups and pull-ups in between just to keep my energy high. And like, I think I've just pressed record a bit too soon, but yo, we're rolling with it, man. So look, happiness, what I used to think it was the gap between where I am now versus where I think I'll be happy. Let me just say that again. So most people think that happiness is where we are right now and where we feel like we should be to feel the happiness. People think that happiness is that gap. Bro, this is a fucking dangerous mindset, because you as a human being have an innate need to feel fulfilled, happy and grateful. But in reality, if you then outsource your happiness to only want to be happy when you've achieved a certain goal or a milestone, and you can't feel happy right now, you've then not only destroyed your ability to make that thing a reality, that goal, that achievement, but you've now ruined the present moment in which you could have been a high performer. And this is really where your brain can now start to play tricks on you. So the next concept I'm about to tell you is the internal versus external locus of control. The internal locus is what you want to achieve, and the external locus is what you're automatically given. That's how we're programmed as people for some reason. The external locus is what is when you outsource your feelings, is when you're like, oh, this is all happening because of him, or this is all happening because I'm short, or this is all happening because I'm skinny. And you start to blame other people. You start to blame things like your genetics. And this is what leads people to start taking like testosterone and like ruining their fucking hormones. This is what makes people have fucking facial surgeries, and then the fucking Turkish doctor fucks up one needle and gives you a fucking disease. This is the source of insecurity and the source of unhappiness. So you better fucking listen to this carefully, because if you're insecure about something or you're unhappy about something in your life, this is why. It's because you don't have an internal locus of control. You need to basically take responsibility for absolutely everything. That is the internal locus. And there are some things in your life that, yeah, maybe your muscle building genetics are shit. Bro, I'm literally from India. Like, there's a black guy out there, he thought about the gym yesterday and he put on more muscle than I did when I trained super, super hard today. But like, that's just the way of life, isn't it? So I take the responsibility, and I'm like, okay, the internal locus of control, even though I've got these Indian genetics, I'm still gonna like be better than most people. I'm still gonna make the best of myself, because this is what I've been given. And in fact, with these bad genetics, I'll turn out to be even better than the average guy anyway. From my own personal experience, yeah, like, I was the most unhappy when I had the external like default settings locus of control, when my mind just put all of its efforts into making me feel insecure about my height. Bro, this is when, I shit you not, I was basically sat there visualizing myself having like 8 more inches of height. I would write in a fucking notebook like, I'm 6 foot plus, blah blah blah. Like, I'll be like writing out the affirmations. Past the age where my growth plates have fused, so I can't physically grow without surgery. But I'm there, man. I've got the external locus of control, and I feel so shit about it. I remember like being so unhappy. My mum found that notebook recently. My little sister and my mum found it, and they're like, we know this is old, but like, are you alright? And I was like, yo man, I was like an insecure guy when I was 18, bro, but please don't like pull that out again. Fucking bin that shit. But yo man, this is what an external locus can do. Like, instead of focusing my efforts on myself, I was focused on playing video games back then, and then when the games were off, I was focused on, oh shit man, I'm short and I'm skinny. And in my head I knew that skinny could be changed, and I was just a coper, man. I thought, oh, like, I can't change my height, but I was so focused on that because I didn't have an internal locus of control. I was so eaten up by the thing that I can't change. My brain wasn't nice to me because I wasn't focused on anything that I had full control and sovereignty over. And And bro, if you have the same kind of thing going on where you're focused on, oh man, this shit job I'm in, or like I'm short, or I'm ugly, my face isn't nice, like you've really got to take a step outside of your body and think, okay, I'm thinking these things. Yes, I've got an ugly face. Yes, I'm short. Can I do anything about those things? Maybe I can like trim up my beard a bit. Maybe I can like stand a bit straighter and like my posture's gonna be good. You can take all these little actions. That's your internal locus of control, but it stops there. It stops with things that you can control, and then you've got to move on to the next. You've got to think about your goals, bro. There's a hidden purpose inside of you. There's a reason why you're on this earth, and you being able to provide that gift to the world, that what you've got inside of you, that's exactly what you need to be doing, man. And happiness then becomes the byproduct of right now, rather than you thinking like, oh, the gap between here and where I think I need to be happy. No, the happiness happens right now. The gratitude, it happens right now. You're like, oh bro, I'm so grateful that I get to work right now telling these guys how to be happy. Like, bro, this is what I get to do, and I get to tell you this. And then, bro, I get to go to work and I get to work on things that make me happy. I get to do things where my skills that I value, persuasion, sales, influence, like I get to work on those things, and people give me positive feedback, and I keep getting better, and I'm getting paid to do that. And like, bro, it's just good, in it. And like in the moment, I'm thinking all these things because I'm surrounded by the type of people I like. I'm surrounded with other people who are goal striving, you know. And then I come on here and I teach you my lessons, and even if my channel's small right now, I'm so happy I'm doing it, because I'm not talking about some bullshit like, oh, how to invest in that crypto fucking currency, or I'm not talking about how to like get laid by 1,000 bitches. But bro, I don't care about that, and I don't do that because it's fucking degenerate. I will tell you how to become the best man for your wife, because that's what I value. I value it when my girl tells me like, I'm proud of you as a man, and we're planning on like taking things further with our relationship, you know, like becoming that young couple, the young fucking killer couple. That's what I value. I don't value being some like ran through fucker. And I know you don't value that shit either, man. You watch these like alpha male things on YouTube where they say like, yeah, you need to sleep with 10,000 bitches to like be a man, but that's just not really what life is about, and you actually innately know it inside of you. They might convince you of it for a second, but after you click off that video, you don't really think that. Happiness happens when you are in the now with either working on something you love or with people that you love. That's about it. And that can only happen when you have that internal locus of control and you focus on what you can control. You can control what you work on, and you can control the people around you. And if those line up with your core purpose, your core desires, then you'll be a happy man. But it takes discipline to cut the wrong things out of your life and allow only the right things. It's like a filter, bro. You have to filter through people and actions to be fitting in with how you envision your life. Yo, man. With that comes the conclusion of this video, bro, because now I've gone through everything that I've wanted to. This is pretty much everything I know about self-discipline that I could think of over the past sort of 2 weeks, and I put it all together in this one video. I am so fucking proud of you if you watched it this far, because yo, man, it's 2025, nearly 2026, and people are scrolling reels that are 2 seconds long. You've watched something. I think that I've been recording over 2 hours of raw content. This video could be a beast of a video on YouTube, man. Like, this is gonna be big and long. So I am so grateful that you've watched this far, and I'm very proud of you, bro, because the attention span you needed to watch this, I recognize, is really flipping long. And like, I know that it was probably really hard at times to stay focused and just keep eye contact with me and keep taking action with me, bro. If you took action from this and you actually set that 5 AM alarm, you wrote your goals down, you identified your high leverage tasks, this is an absolute win for me, man. That is all I want, is one guy to get disciplined on this video, and that is all I wanted. These past 2 weeks have been absolutely worth it. These past 5 years of me being on this path has been absolutely worth it. My name is Jas, and I make young men disciplined because we are the next fucking generation, bro. We are the ones that are going to be shaping the world. We're the guys that are going to be the next gen of like lawyers, engineers, construction workers, everyone. We are going to be the ones that have to be self-disciplined, band together to make the world a better place, and we're going to be the ones that fucking take society from the degenerate place it is right now and push it up and let us go back to how it used to be back in the day when men were fucking strong and we were disciplined and we would work hard, we would have our wives, we'd have our kids, and we would just be these wholesome, hardworking, disciplined men whose society fucking thrives on. Because it takes a man like that to reach his potential, bro. And look, you've watched through this video and you are gonna start taking action. I fucking know it, man. I know that if you watched this far and you watched the entire video up to this point, like you and me, we're in it together now, man. Like I know you're gonna take action, and I want you to leave a comment if you made it to the end, and I want you to say like say I'm in. Just be like, I'm in. Because if you've watched it this far, only you and me will know, and just be like, I'm in, and then just write down like the action that you're going to take after this video, the goal that you're going to set, and then write down that you've committed to yourself, man. Like, just make that promise to yourself and absolutely stick to it, bro, because this is how you achieve self-actualization. This is how you achieve your potential. It's through mastery and self-discipline. And I hope that I've been able to convey my thoughts to you properly, bro, because it's such an important concept and it's absolutely changed my life. Bro, I want you to take the immediate actions. If you watch it to the end without taking action, look, these are the immediate actions I want you to take. Take everything that you've written down from this video and just, bro, take immediate action on this. Set an alarm for 5 a.m. Write down one leverage action that you're going to take. Because, bro, if you don't do that shit, I know that you're going to die an unfulfilled, unhappy loser cuck who knew he was made for more, but he didn't fucking do it, and now you're regretting your whole life, and you're gonna be like that one guy in your bloodline who's just like average like everyone else in your bloodline, bro. Do you want to be the guy that like fucking turns it around, and he's going to be the one that people look up to in the next generations from now? Like, oh, granddad, he was that fucking guy, bro. He was the one who made our family strong. That's what you want to be known as, man. You don't want to be the guy who can't even take action from a video that you've just spent so much of your time watching. Don't let yourself be that guy, bro. Because if you talk a big game and you don't follow it up, then you know what kind of guy you're going to be. You're going to be the guy where your wife's eyes are wandering, man. And I don't want to fucking go into this part, yeah? I don't want to say this shit. But your wife, she's going to look at another man who's doing better than you, and she's going to be dreaming about him. Because that is the way of the world, mate. Like, you continue being an unfulfilled little cunt, your wife is going to look away and she's going to think, oh, that guy's a lot better than my husband, I wish my husband was like that, and then she's going to fucking cheat on you, mate. Your kids, they're going to look up to another man as their dad on the TV, through YouTube, through fucking Instagram. They're going to look at someone else and think like, oh, I wish dad was like that, and like, bro, that is just not worth, like, bro, that's just not worth the video games, the bad habits, the porn, the addictions, the junk food, all of this bullshit that you do now, the non-disciplined habits. It's just not worth it, is it? You got to put in the work, and you want to be the guy that does the work. That is what I can't like wrap my head around, bro. Don't get fucking pissed off at me. Look at yourself in the mirror. Don't get pissed off at a man like me who's actually put in the work now and changed my life, changed the trajectory. I'm saying this to you because this is exactly what I knew. I thought this before, and then when I started thinking this stuff, I was like, shit, something needs to change. And then it's with these dark thoughts that us as men begin to finally realize what we need to do to fulfill our potential. Realize the stakes of this, bro. Every single time you decline yourself, that self-disciplined version of you, and you say yes to the wrong thing, you've just accepted the fact that you're going to show up as less of a man for your wife and your kids in the future. And that is just disgusting. That should be disgusting to you. If you're a man who's healthy and you've got like a fucking cock in between your legs, you should feel like, oh man, what he's saying is actually true. Bro, all it takes is one asymmetrical blip in this timeline of life that you can change everything, and you can become the guy that you've always wanted to be. Set that fucking alarm, wake up at 5 and get to it, bro. Take that action, because I know it's going to change your life. It changed mine. It will do the same for you, and it will do even better for you because you've got me telling you to do it. I had to figure this shit out myself, man. I had to go out of my way, and like for the last 5 years I knew about discipline, man. You might have just figured it out right now. You might have got all of my knowledge right now inside of your own brain, written down throughout the action steps we've been taking throughout this video. 5 a.m. alarm on your phone, you set that shit and you wake up tomorrow and you work on something hard. You have just pushed yourself through the trajectory of the man that makes it. It takes hunger, it takes the darkness, it takes discipline. That's what you need to realize, and you know it now, and you kind of are excited about it. So I know you're gonna do it. If you are excited about it, you've watched this far and you've heard me you've heard me for the past few minutes just talking about this. I'm very proud of you, man, because you're gonna get it done. I want you to get it done. I need you to get it done, man. All I want is one guy to get on this disciplined path, get on this journey. And that is why I gave you the full blueprint. This is what people charge money for, bro. People will charge you money to hear this information and get these mindsets that they've heard over the past 5 years. I'm laying it out for free. And look, I've got a link in the description. It is my full program to discipline mindset, self-mastery, everything broken down into the littlest chunks that I could. And it's also where I will help you with your personal situation, man. I'll give you the accountability. We'll call, we'll text, anything you need to get onto this path, because this is genuinely my fucking passion, bro. And yes, I want to get fucking reimbursed for it. If you pay me, I'm going to put more of my efforts in to help you. So if you want to go down that path as well, where you want my personal help and you want me to chat to you, you want me to analyze your situation, you want me to think, okay, like, what can we do to get this guy on the fucking path, locked in, hitting your goals, and bro, just living the life that you want to live, then get that link in the description, bro, because I'll help you get disciplined and we'll do it together. With that, man, sweat or regret, bro. Thank you so much for watching this. I'm out.